Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dovey. So I am excited to share quite a few Christmas DIY videos with you. I believe I'm going to be doing 7 in a row. So I thought I would do a countdown from like 12 days of Christmas, but I just don't think I'm going to have enough time to get those all edited and put up. So if not, I will save some for next Christmas. I do plan on putting them up this week, starting today on December 1st, and so it'll go through December 7th. If I do end up having time, I will put up some more videos, but I will have 7 up for you. So keep an eye out for tomorrow for the second video. So to start this week of Christmas DIY videos, I am going to be starting off with this advent calendar that you see below me. This is an Anthropologie dupe. So you can actually find the Anthropologie product that I did a dupe of on their website. It's like $198. I'm really excited to show you this. I really love how it turned out. I did make this out of a cardboard box. However, if you don't feel as adventurous or just not feeling as crafty as I was to do that, you can actually use one of these compartments. I use mine for something else, but you can use something like this. It has the 24 drawers in it. I've had this for quite some time, so I really don't know what the cost of it would be. You can do that, and then you can just, when you see how I paint this and how I do the back top of it, you can just do that to that plastic compartment as well. If you're excited and want to see how I made this advent calendar behind me, then continue watching. For this advent calendar, I'm going to be using 2 of these empty boxes. They're just some empty copy paper boxes. So I am going to be using the top part of the box, which is the lid. This is going to be the base of my advent calendar. So to make the dividers, I'm going to be using the bottom of the box. Now I am going to be using this one for the short dividers. The lid is actually a bit longer than these, so I have to use a second lid for my longer dividers. So I'm just going to break this box down, that way I can get to the nice cardboard. Now I need to measure out my cardboard to fit in my lid, and here I am measuring out the width, and I'm going to just go ahead and cut that. I'm just going to check to make sure that that does slide into the top of my box nicely. And here I am, I'm going to measure the depth of my box where I need to cut that piece of cardboard down again. And I'm just going to use my rotary cutter and cut that box down. And I do need a total of 3 of these. Here I am cutting the second one, and then I'm just going to make sure that they sit into my box nicely. So on the inside of my lid, there is the little spacing between the 2 flaps, and I want to even it out. So I'm going to take some cardboard, cut that out, and glue that just to make it flush across there. And I'm going to be doing that for both sides of that lid. Okay, so to make my long lengthwise dividers, I'm using the second box top, and I'm just breaking this down here. I'm just sticking that in there to see if it will fit, and it will not. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim that box up, and I need 4 of the same size of these dividers. I'm actually going to be using one of my smaller dividers just to measure like the width, and this will be the depth of the box really. And here I am just doing that, measuring out 3, and then I will just take the 4th one from the side of the lid of the box. And here I am just making sure that that will fit inside that box lengthwise. So here I am marking out the spacing of where I need to put my slits to make my dividers stick to each other. And now I do want to let you know that how I measured this was I counted how many inches it was across for my lid, and then I divided that by 6. And then I did the height of my box and took that measurement and divided that by 4. And I actually put my measurements on my paper so you can see what I am using. And I did this for all of my dividers. And now I'm just going to cut slits in my dividers. I am not cutting all the way across. I am leaving probably about an inch to a half inch will be fine. And here you can see how I am actually putting those together, connecting the shorter ones with the longer ones, but just matching up the slits. Now I'm going to stick that inside my box lid and go ahead and straighten those dividers out. So I created a small box template in Photoshop, and here I am cutting that out. I did print this out on some printer paper just so I could show you how I assembled the box. I will be cutting these out with my silhouette machine because I'm making 24 of them. And my printer actually will not print 110 cardstock, so I am using some thick, heavy cardstock to make these little drawers with. And here you can see that I am assembling the box, and I will be using double-sided tape to attach those small flaps to the other sides. Now I'm just using a little 1-inch hole punch and punching out that circle to make a finger hole, and then I'm just going to check to make sure that it fits inside my little compartments on my box here. So to make the rounded top on the top of my advent calendar, I actually had to tape together some cardboard because I didn't have any left that was long enough to fit lengthwise of my top. So anyways, I went ahead and taped it down onto my little cutting mat. Okay, so to make my arc, I am using a measuring tape and a pencil, and I'm actually holding that measuring tape. You can't really see it. You're going to be able to see right here, and I'm just holding that and taking my pencil and going in an arc at the top of my cardboard there. And then I'm just going to use my rotary cutter to cut out that arc. I did notice that my arc was not straight, so I am repeating those exact steps that I did just a few minutes ago, and then I am going to cut it out again and just straighten that up a bit on that left side. I created some houses and trees in my silhouette, and I cut them out on my heavy cardstock paper. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to painting all of my items that I've made here. I am going to be using a gray paint and primer just to prime everything up. Then I'm going to use this brilliant silver spray paint to give it a silver look. And these are what they look like after my spray painting. And so now I'm going to make these look like kind of older, maybe vintage metal look, and I'm going to be using white acrylic paint along with black acrylic paint. So I'm just going to mix some of that together to make some different shades of gray, like a really light gray, a medium gray, and a dark gray. So here I am taking a makeup sponge, and I'm just dipping that in the different shades of the gray and pouncing that onto my cardboard arc here. I just found that if I use all 3 different shades and kind of layering them a bit, that it gives it the metal effect. Now I painted all of my pieces exactly the same way, all my little trees and my boxes and the little houses. Now to put the numbers on my boxes, I'm using a stencil I got from Hobby Lobby along with the Sharpie marker. Now I'm gluing all of my houses, and I glued the back arc on it already. My camera was not recording at the time, so sorry that you weren't able to see that, but I did just put a line of hot glue and put it on the back, and also I put these little 3 houses on by hot glue. So now I'm showing you how I actually glued those houses on. I made like little feet, I guess you could say, so it would support it. One would go in the front and one goes in the back of it. That way the houses sit up nice and straight. So here's the finished advent calendar. I think that it turned out really great, and it surely did not cost me $200 to make. The drawers are pretty big, and they do slide out pretty smooth. Look, they can fit a small bath bomb in there. So I really like how this turned out. So if you do as well, please leave a comment down below and give this video a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for watching. Bye.